Is something bad just because it's old? Is something good just because it's new? Well, we've all been there, pushing for change simply because something feels old, not because it's broken. But is newness for the sake of newness really a good thing? Maybe, maybe not. This is a logical fallacy called an appeal to novelty that lots of people fall for. Maybe you have too. So stick around and we'll learn all about it. What's up, UX fam? Welcome to another edition of the Cognition Catalog. Every week, we'll dig into a new cognitive bias and explore how that bias can impact how our team works together and what we can do to ensure we don't get caught up in the pitfalls. Because working with people is hard, and the more insights we have into the human condition makes it just a little bit easier. To learn more about an appeal to novelty, you can find more resources at cognitioncatalog.com. Sign up for the newsletter to get new bias in your inbox every week, and make sure to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts so you never have to worry about falling for any of these biases and logical fallacies again. And if you think you're getting something out of the show, I would really appreciate you leaving a 5-star review. That would help me out so much. And if you want to pick up some big, beautiful art prints of some select biases, make sure to check out beyonduxdesign.com/shop. Get free shipping on all orders over $30 and use the promo code LISTENER to get 10% off your entire order. And as always, thanks so much to Chris, Siraquan, Stacy, Radu, Megan, Andrew, John, Mark, Kevin, Jason, Michelle, Marty, Tino, and Adina for all their support. And if you want to join these fine folks and many others and help keep the show independent and ad-free, you'll get exclusive access to the entire video library of episodes, including episodes before they're even released. You get instant access to the video archives right now for as little as $5 a month. And for more information on how you can support the show and help more people find out about what we're doing, make sure to check out beyonduxdesign.com/support. We need to modernize. This looks outdated. Everyone else is doing it. Does it sound familiar? Well, let me tell you a quick story. One of my first projects working on a big enterprise team was updating a pretty old dashboard. It was built years prior, but the users loved it. It was data dense, it wasn't flashy, but it worked. Now, power users could spot issues quickly, and the users were pretty happy with the layout. And since it was so outdated, it eventually needed some back-end changes and some security updates to make it compliant. And while we were fixing those things, we had the bright idea to update the UI too. It looks outdated, it's data dense, it needs more white space and room to breathe. It needs to look more like Google material. Well, 4 months and countless development hours later, we had a shiny new dashboard with all the bells and whistles, white space, data viz with animations, fancy new material components. But guess what happened? Tasks that took a few minutes before now took much longer. Users were furious, and a lot of them actually begged us to revert back to the old version. Those fancy animations just got in the way during critical incidents. Now, one veteran said it best. He said, "I don't need it to look pretty. I need it to help me do my job." Now, this bias shows up everywhere in software. Switching frameworks because that's where the industry's headed. Rebuilding perfectly good features to appear innovative. Adopting new methodologies before mastering the current ones. Choosing trendy design solutions over proven ones. Now, here's the truth. New isn't always better. Sometimes it's just new. So next time you hear, "we need to modernize," ask yourself a few questions. What problem are we actually solving? Are we changing things just to change them? And what's the real cost of new? Now remember, progress doesn't always mean replacing what works. So let's talk about it. What is an appeal to novelty? Now, some of us tend to automatically trust and adopt new ideas, technologies, and methods while we dismiss traditional approaches as outdated or irrelevant. And this bias leads some to adopt unproven solutions prematurely. Now, unlike some of the other biases and fallacies that we've covered on this show, appeal to novelty does not have one single point of origin. No one person created the idea, no one specific individual coined the term. But research in organizational psychology has explored how businesses handle technological change and how we replace systems. Now, studies indicate that organizations sometimes adopt new technologies without clear evidence of improved outcomes. The rise of tech bro culture has even further amplified this bias. They've created an environment where disruption and innovation have become almost religious concepts. And this has led to what many have called innovation theater, where organizations prioritize the appearance of innovation over actual improvement. Now, in team environments, the appeal to novelty often fosters a culture of continuous upheaval. Teams might find themselves adopting new collaboration tools or methodologies every few months, creating what's known as change fatigue among the team members. They just get sick of change and they just don't want to change anymore. Product teams may push to add a new feature, not because users demand them, but because the current version seems old or outdated. So for instance, a team might introduce a chatbot interface, not because it benefits users more than a well-designed FAQ page, but because it appears more innovative. Designers may feel pressure to adopt the latest design trends or interaction patterns, even when simpler, more established solutions would better serve the users. Now, all this can lead to feature bloat and unnecessary complexity, making the team feel like they are just operating in a feature factory. And eventually it may confuse users and reduce product effectiveness overall. And even more, this bias can influence hiring and team makeup decisions. Now, organizations might favor candidates with experience in the latest technologies over those with strong expertise and fundamental skills. And this can result in teams that, at best, pursue trends but struggle with essential problem solving, and at worst, end up with age discrimination, thinking younger candidates are just better than older candidates. Now, all this isn't to say that innovation is inherently bad and old ideas aren't inherently good. However, it's important to focus on the core problem that your team is facing and determine if your current solution is helping you achieve your goals. And if it's working well, it may not need to change, but if it's broken, it might be time for something new. So how do you avoid this logical fallacy? Well, here are a few key takeaways. First, know your audience. When you're proposing changes, understand that team members respond differently to new ideas. Some might require solid proof before they accept change, while others might eagerly embrace anything new without question. Next, remember that progress doesn't always move in a straight line. Sometimes the best solution to a problem has already been discovered, but maybe we forgot it or we've overlooked it in favor of newer approaches. And historical solutions often contain valuable insights that can be adopted for modern use. So don't overlook things that we've done in the past simply because we did them in the past. Next, innovation isn't always good. Now, while innovation can drive progress, change for change's sake often creates more problems than it actually solves. Every new feature, tool, or process complicates your system, and it requires maintenance resources over time. Next, try to maintain a historical perspective. Remember that many quote-unquote new ideas are often just repackaged versions of older concepts. Understanding the history of your field can help you better evaluate whether a new approach truly offers advantages over existing solutions. And lastly, document your decision rationale. So when making technology or process choices, clearly document why specific solutions were chosen or rejected. Try to focus on objective criteria rather than the appeal to novelty. This can help your team maintain perspective, and it'll help make future decisions more rational. Well, all right, y'all, that's it for the Cognition Catalog for today. I hope I helped to shed a little bit of light on what the appeal to novelty is and how we can avoid some of these pitfalls at home and at work. But I'm curious, have you run into issues related to the appeal to novelty before? How'd you get through it? I'd love to hear about it. Let me know what you think on LinkedIn or shoot me an email at hello@beyonduxdesign.com. I'd love to hear from you. To learn more about an appeal to novelty, you can find more resources at cognitioncatalog.com. Sign up for the newsletter to get a new bias in your inbox every week, and make sure to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts so you never have to worry about falling for any of these cognitive biases again. And if you think you're getting something out of the show, I would really appreciate you leaving a 5-star review. That would help me out so much. And if you want to pick up some big, beautiful art prints of some select biases, make sure to check out beyonduxdesign.com/shop. Get free shipping on all orders over $30 and use the promo code LISTENER to get 10% off your entire order. And if you have a favorite bias that you want to see in print, let me know. I'd be happy to take requests. Help keep the show independent and ad-free. Check out beyonduxdesign.com/support to find out how. You can join Chris, Siraquan, Stacy, Radu, Megan, Andrew, John, Mark, Kevin, Jason, Michelle, Marty, Tino, Adina, and many others, and help keep the show independent and ad-free. You'll get exclusive access to the entire video library of episodes, including episodes before they're even released. You get instant access to those videos right now for as little as $5 a month. And until next time, remember, you're more than a designer because there's more to UX and design. I'll see you around. Take care, y'all.